My name is Cedric Goodhouse. I'm from the Standing Rock Reservation. I'm a Hunkpapa Lakota. Next step is to lay tobacco down and pray. The next step is to every time you get up and drink water, you got to remember where that water comes from. People take it for granted, clean water, until it's threatened. You know, right now I have people at home that boil melt snow for their domestic and personal use. They strain it through cheesecloth, and then they use it to cook, bathe, wash, clothes, dishes. You know, if everybody had to do that, they would have it in high regard. You know, but everybody don't have to do that. Those people that do that have a greater respect for the water, deep caring respect for it. But we need to look at those things, look at the issue. You know, how did it come to be where it's at now today? That's where we need to start, so that we take every effort we can and build on that. See, because we can't build on it unless we understand that, unless we understand that water is sacred. Those next steps can be your congressman. Those next steps can be your legislature. Those next steps can be your next door neighbor. You know, people are looking at institutional respect. Next steps. You're talking about developing our own bank. You know, because a lot of people are talking about divesting in banks, or develop our own economic development finance institutions. We have them. We have them. We just need to rediscover them. Back home, we have the Lakota Fund. There's other Native American banks that we can make use of, invest our money in, tribal money, to start buying the source, the water source, start buying the land of where the water source is at, and to go there and maybe we need to look at our bottling that water source, you know, and making it available at maybe just for marketing purposes. I mean, just be able to, whatever it costs us to do that, and not looking to make any money off it, but to be able to provide it more as a service than a marketing, something to market. Because clean water should be a birthright. Should be everybody's right. There's only so much water in this world. We utilize the same water as the dinosaurs did. You know, we utilize the same water that our grandfathers used. Same air. Breathe the same air that our great grandfathers breathed. Breathe the same air and the same land. You know, it still the same land. Looks different than when our great grandfathers were here, but it's still the same land. We just use it a different way. Nothing got regenerated, and there's no more land. There's just so much land in this world, so much water in this world, so much air in this world, that we need to be more cautious of how we use it. We need to consider ourselves lucky to be at a time when we are placed here on this earth. We need to consider ourselves fortunate, because it is us that have to make those decisions as to, because we are at a crossroads where we, you know, have to be more deliberate in our use and how we use these things. Whether this means more laws, maybe that might do it. Or if more laws are not the answer, maybe how we use it. Maybe we need to re-educate ourselves. What is water? What is land? What is air? And how do they come about? How have we used it from time immemorial to now to the future? And I'm sure somewhere there's having think tanks on using it. Think tanks going on right now on the future use of water, future use of lands, future use of our resources. But everybody needs to be involved in that discussion, because everybody, all levels of humanity is going to utilize it, not just certain ones. But all levels of humanity need to be involved in these efforts. We cannot stop at just doing banking. We cannot stop at just calling senators, legislatures. We cannot stop at just the issues as far as our hand will reach. We got to go beyond that reach. We got to be willing to go beyond that reach. I firmly believe that we will find those answers where clean water will become a birthright for everybody.